I am Camden Walker for Capital Weather, capitalweather.com. We are so pleased to do these weekly chats with you on Facebook, X, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I am so pleased to go live on all of our channels for you as we talk about the flood watch tonight and the continuation of maybe some flooding downpours lasting into Tuesday. All right, let's check out the latest from the Storm Prediction Center below. Still maybe a slight threat for some damaging wind gusts tonight. We're watching radar above. Most of the activity, it's been hit or miss, strong to severe storms. Good evening, David. Thanks for tuning in on Facebook. And we've got a little bit of the flooding threat, and that's why we're in a flood watch until 1 a.m. Especially urban areas could get their drainage systems overwhelmed, particularly, but still just a slight threat in the yellow shading here below from the Weather Prediction Center. And it is to blame the precipitable water in the atmosphere. It is 2.5 inches. If everything is perfect and a storm is able to tap into this maximum capacity of water in the atmosphere, a very slow moving storm could dump fairly quickly 2 to 2.5 inches in a perfect world. Luckily, most, if not nearly all storms don't really tap into the full maximum potential of precipitable water, but it is there. And another way of measuring that moisture, you can feel it. The dew points. The dew points are very uncomfortable. Hopefully by late week into the weekend, we can get these closer to 70, which is still uncomfortable. It's still muggy, but 75, mid 70s, that's oppressive, borderline sultry, soupy, hard to breathe in sometimes. So we will hopefully get this out of here Tuesday, but we have a couple more days of even tomorrow, the slight wind damage threat from the Storm Prediction Center, a slight flooding downpour threat from the Weather Prediction Center. So we'll see. Maybe another flood watch is issued tomorrow, and this could last into Tuesday. There's ever so slight marginal chance for downpours into Tuesday as well. So we'll, of course, keep you posted, but this is kind of going along the same lines of early week, less hot, but still humid and plenty of fuel, of moisture for thunderstorms to quickly dump some heavy rain. So we need to keep an eye on this. But as I alluded to, the temperatures are coming down. More seasonable warmth, seasonable heat. I dare not say it will feel comfortable because humidity is still pretty high through Tuesday with those dew points we were looking at a second ago. All right, so while we're checking out the temperature animation below and seeing a little bit of relief from our heat, let me load up the chat comments. It's good to see all of you. We've got Dave on Facebook. David on Facebook, hello. Definitely got the watches and warnings over the phone, David. Thank you for following us on our Capital Weather app. We're on Apple and Android, and of capitalweather.com anytime you need us. And I'm Camden Walker doing our weekly Sundays at 7, Sunday 7 p.m. live chat. Isaac, thanks for tuning in from Instagram. We've got Lay, Jill, Mrs. Smith. I think Fairfax could still see activity through 11 p.m. We're watching radar. So far, I don't see any warnings up near Fairfax at this point, but some storm activity is coming into the area, into the Beltway. Still, 8 to 11 p.m. might be the most activity around the Beltway area. That's what we're thinking still. And Winston on Instagram, still, yes, a slow cool down. Less warm, I would argue. It's not going to feel exactly cool and comfortable, but we will be a little bit happier with seasonable heat this week instead of the oppressive stuff we've been seeing with extreme heat warnings. Let's see. Tomorrow morning for sailing, it could be a little bit still, bike, but you will be just some showers. If you can get back to port by midday, you might avoid some thunderstorms tomorrow in Annapolis. All right, we've got Caroline. Thanks for tuning in on X. So far, Rockville is dry. Julia on Instagram, on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you had a great 4th as well. And Karen, hello in Calvert County. Thanks for tuning in on Facebook. And Michael, a blast in Colonial Williamsburg. I'm so happy to hear. And wow, you had a great show down there with drones and fireworks. That's excellent. Yes, sweating a lot is the name of the game. And Paul, so happy to see you as well. Thanks for tuning in. And dew points, Amy, let's review that one more time. Let me find my dew points for you. All right, so we've got dew point animation here for you. Near term, little relief. I am sorry to say, high dew points and some flooding downpour threat through Tuesday. So it's going to be uncomfortable. The storms that may develop through, tomorrow, Tuesday, tonight even, could bring flooding downpours. So that is on the table while we have all this atmospheric moisture around. You'll feel it in the form of dew points. Perceptible water will be high. This is the fuel that storms can cash in on. In an ideal scenario, this is very high for DC. 2 to 2.5 inches of precipitable water is in the atmosphere. Should a storm be capable of, in an ideal format, pulling all this moisture down, it's there for it. But luckily, it's rare for a storm to have perfection and grab all of this moisture out of the atmosphere at one time. But it's a very high potential and worth flagging. And it's one reason that I think we have the flood watch till 1 a.m. So please be mindful of that. We could see another flood watch tomorrow. Let me show you the flooding potential tomorrow is still slight in the area, especially along and east of I-95. And then Tuesday, a marginal chance throughout most of the region, I-81, I-95 as well. Luckily, it wanes a little bit by Tuesday. Hopefully, we're feeling just a hair closer to dew points around 70 instead of 75 by Tuesday, but I make no promises. And temperatures are gradually kind of dipping into middle part of this week, more average warmth for this time of year. All right. Let's see. 8 p.m. tonight concert. Please watch radar. And if there's lightning nearby, remember when thunder roars, Hassan, thunder roars, head indoors. But Hassan, thanks for tuning in on X. Paul is asking about the drought. Let's pull that up. South and east of town still bearing by far the brunt of the drought. Things are a little better along I-81 corridor this summer so far. So, when we look forward this upcoming week, I love seeing some rain in the 1 to 2 inch amounts this week, especially early this week, and that's why I have a slight chance some of these storms, let's say one or two, at most a few of these storms have a wind threat tonight, damaging wind gusts over 57 miles per hour. So we need to kind of keep that in mind. But the slightly bigger concern might be the flooding potential. That's why we have a flood watch up until 1 a.m. That's why we aren't seeing a severe thunderstorm watch as of, yep, no, we do have one. Yep, it was issued, it looks like, for parts south of town. It looks like that's what the darker orange is on the radar above. And then the lighter orange in the middle, that is a heat advisory in effect until 8 p.m. And then the flood watch for the core central part of our region around the Beltway. And that's where we think it's stormiest, kind of 8 to 11 p.m. tonight, perhaps. So these storms could roam the region till kind of late evening, maybe even past midnight tonight. We will keep you posted. Thomas, thanks for tuning in on YouTube, and Gas Station Sushi. Howdy. Really pleased you joined us on X for the first time. That's fantastic. And it looks like we've got a considerable Montgomery County severe thunderstorm warning. So we're going to have to watch that for the next several minutes to see how that plays out. So we'll keep you posted here at capitalweather.com and on the Capital Weather app. Watching some storms brewing there in Montgomery County. We started south of town, but things are kind of congealing. Again, we think the stormiest times around the Beltway is approaching, maybe starting now through 11 p.m. All right, David, yes, we have entered the dog days of summer. We've got Mr. Petrosky, lots of thunder in Aspen Hill, but no rain yet. Thanks for tuning in on Facebook. And Charlene, good to see you in Glenville, Pennsylvania. So glad to see you as well on Facebook. Thanks so much. And Kimberly, power's out in Olney. Lots of lightning and thunder. Sorry to hear that. Please stay safe. Remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. If you have outdoor plans, seek shelter immediately. If you hear thunder, it means lightning is close enough to strike you. So please play it safe. Carolyn can hear it, but not hear thunder, but maybe not see lightning. And Donna, thanks for tuning in. And we've got Dave, I haven't seen much. I haven't looked up tropical activity just yet. So far in June, I'm more focused on our local severe weather, I have to be honest. But the season will get going by August, I presume. Even with El Nino, we need to keep an eye on things. Peter, good to see you there on Facebook. And Paul, Friday, I watch until 1 a.m. And we are going to, watch for flooding downpour potential. Looks like Montgomery County is the main concern.